Is it possible to be deeply in love and still walk straight into the arms of destruction? Before we dive in, grab your popcorn, dim the light, and silence your phone, because this is not your average love story. It starts with a dream wedding, luxury, and everything she prayed for. But beneath the diamonds and designer dresses, something dark was brewing. A warning ignored, a covenant hidden, and a mother who would one day fight to save her children from the very man she once called a blessing. A 33-year-old woman named Olivia had waited patiently for love to come her way. Since her university days, Olivia had faced an endless cycle of disappointment, one heartbreak after another. Her best friends, Ruth and Maggie, were already settled in marriage. Ruth, in fact, had 4 children, and Maggie had twin boys who recently celebrated their 10th birthday. Olivia was the firstborn in her family, and both her younger sisters were already married with children of their own. But Olivia was still single. She had a good life on the outside. She worked at a reputable law firm, earned well, dressed well, and kept a strong face. But behind the sharp suits and glowing smiles was a woman who cried many nights, asking God, "What have I done to deserve this ill marital luck?" Her last relationship had ended in a betrayal so deep it took her months to recover. Chooks, the man she believed loved her, had told her he was traveling to the village to see his mother. Days later, Olivia stumbled on wedding pictures online. Chook had just married a young influencer named Sandra. Olivia froze. She felt like her heart had been yanked out of her chest. Before Chooks, there was Dave, a broke man who milked her emotionally and financially, only to leave her in shame. She told herself she was done trying, that she would just focus on her career, that love wasn't for her. Until she met CG. It was an ordinary Tuesday when she met him at the parking lot of her law firm. Tall, polished, confident. At first, Olivia was indifferent. She had built a strong emotional wall. But CG kept showing up. Gentle gestures, respectful conversations, no pressure. 5 months passed, and CG asked her to marry him. "You want to marry me?" Olivia asked in disbelief. It felt surreal. No man had ever said that to her with such clarity and confidence. She took him home to meet her parents. They didn't welcome him warmly. "We don't feel peace about this," her father said. "Our spirit does not accept him," her mother added. They were devout Christians, active in the prayer unit of their church. Olivia was furious. She felt like her parents were being too spiritual and judgmental. She fought them and told them they never wanted her to marry, and threatened to wed CG without their blessing. CG came from a wealthy lineage. His father was a powerful chief in their village. They had wealth, prestige, and long life that had trailed their bloodline for decades. But what Olivia did not know was the price of that affluence. The men in CG's family belonged to a dark coven. The covenant was simple but gruesome. Every male child would live, but every female child born into the family would be sacrificed to the gods at the age of 3. This had been done for generations, and it was their secret to unshakable wealth and power. Olivia finally married CG. Her parents were not in support, and their disapproval was evident on the wedding day. They stood stiffly during the ceremony, sorrow clouding their eyes while everyone else celebrated. Her father pulled her aside quietly, his voice trembling as he said, "Be prayerful, Olivia. Evil is coming." Her mother hugged her tightly and whispered, "We are praying for you. Every day, please don't shut us out." But Olivia was caught up in a new life. After years of heartbreak and loneliness, it felt like she had finally arrived. Her world sparkled abundant wealth, a luxurious mansion with golden chandeliers, sleek cars that shimmered in the sunlight, and even private jet travels for weekend getaways. Dozens of staff waited on her hand and foot. Life was sweet. As time went by, she started ignoring the calls of her parents. She didn't want their gloomy warnings disturbing her happiness. In her eyes, they had become the enemies of her joy. And then, she got pregnant. The scan revealed it was a boy. CG was ecstatic. He showered her with luxurious gifts, a diamond necklace, an all-expense-paid trip to the Maldives, a brand new designer wardrobe. Olivia posted her baby bump pictures online with captions like, "Truly, God writes the best love stories." Her friends and colleagues buzzed with envy. Some even whispered behind her, but Olivia didn't care. She told her friends that meeting CG was divine timing. "I have no regrets. He is God's blessing to me." One sunny afternoon, she decided to visit her parents and share the news in person. Her father opened the door and stared at her belly with a quiet smile. Her mother embraced her tightly. "Congratulations," they both said. But then, her mother's tone shifted. "Does CG have a sister?" she asked. "What?" Olivia chuckled nervously. "Why?" Her father leaned forward. "Or his father, or his uncle. Do any of them have female children? Any cousins?" Olivia blinked. "I don't understand." Her mother's voice was serious. "There is something dark around that topic, Olivia. Have you noticed there are no girls in that family?" Her father added, "We have prayed. We have asked God to show us, and the answer is clear. Something is wrong. Very wrong." Olivia's heart raced, but her pride flared up. "What is it again? Why do you hate my marriage so much? If a family doesn't have girls, so what? That's not unusual. This is exactly why I stopped picking your calls. Can't you just be happy for me for once?" With that, she stormed out of their house, slamming the door behind her. That night, after dinner, as she lay beside CJ, the question still lingered. CJ, she asked casually, why do you think your family only has male children? CJ looked up from his phone, then smiled. Only God knows, he replied calmly. God decides what children to give a family. We don't question it. His tone was soft, reassuring. Olivia exhaled slowly. She smiled and turned over in bed. Perhaps my parents didn't know what they were talking about, she said to herself. Soon, Olivia had her first child, a son, Tife. He was a cute baby, and everyone said he looked exactly like his father, CJ. And 2 years after, she had twin baby girls, Hella and Bella. They were the most beautiful children Olivia had ever seen. Her pride, her joy, her answered prayers. Strange things started happening immediately the girls turned 1. She started having nightmares. One night, she dreamt of her husband and son eating the dead bodies of the twins. Another night, she saw herself boiling their bodies in large pots. Another time, she saw her father-in-law throwing them into a deep, watery well. She shared these dreams with CJ. He laughed them off. They are just dreams, Olivia. Forget them. Olivia couldn't shake them off. The dreams kept coming, each one darker than the last. Then one day, her mother called her. I saw you and the girls tied in the middle of a great ocean, Olivia. Please be careful. Evil is close. Come to church. Come for midweek prayers. Olivia started going for prayers. It became a problem. Shiji hated it. His father became restless. The light was threatening their darkness. When the twins turned 3, CG banned Olivia from going to the church. Then the horror happened. One night, Ella screamed from her sleep and died on the spot. Just like that. The pain was unbearable. The house was quieter than usual. After the burial of Ella, silence had become more haunting than peace-bringing. The mansion that once echoed with laughter and luxury now pulsated with unease. One afternoon, Olivia sat alone in the sitting room, staring at a framed photo of Ella. Her fingers trembled slightly as she traced the outline of her daughter's smile. Her heart ached with a pain so deep, it felt like it was carving her from the inside out. The door opened. It was her mother-in-law. The older woman walked in with slow, calculated steps. Her traditional iro and buba flowing elegantly with every movement. Her gele was perfectly tied, her wrist adorned with coral beads that clinked softly as she sat across from Olivia. For a long moment, she said nothing. Then, with a deep sigh, she spoke. Her voice low, firm, and disturbingly calm. Olivia, she began. I know you are grieving, but you must understand something. The sacrifice must be completed. Olivia looked up, her brows furrowing. What? What do you mean? Her mother-in-law leaned forward, eyes fixed intensely on her. Don't play ignorant, my dear. You have seen things, felt things. The twins were never meant to live. They were born to complete the cycle. No, Olivia whispered.
shaking her head. Don't say that. They are my daughters. God gave them to me. Yes, the older woman nodded. Just like God gave me a daughter after CG was born. She was the most beautiful child I ever saw. I begged, I prayed, I even tried to run. But the sacrifice had to be made, and I made it. Olivia's mouth fell open in horror. Her mother-in-law continued. That child, my child, is the reason why I live in this world. Why we have good health, long life, and influence. Every woman in this family has done what you are now refusing to do. Your daughter, Hella, she was only the beginning. Tears rolled down Olivia's cheeks. This is madness. This is wickedness. No, child. This is tradition, the woman said coldly. And if you want to keep enjoying the life you are living, the jets, the cars, the maids, the comfort, you must accept it. Be grateful that you were chosen. Be grateful that you had girls at all. She stood up slowly, looking down at Olivia with finality. Do not go to church. Do not seek help. Don't make the same mistake I tried to make. Finish what has begun, or you will lose everything and more. Then she turned and walked out, leaving Olivia shattered, trembling, and staring into a darkness she had never imagined would reach her home. After the mourning period, CG changed. He hired security guards to monitor Olivia. She couldn't leave the house. No visitors allowed. He wanted to ensure she couldn't go anywhere with Bella. The sacrifice had to be completed.
Olivia was desperate. She cried, prayed, fasted, begged God for mercy. She wished she had listened to her parents. And then she made a plan. The day CG traveled, Olivia asked the chef to leave the kitchen for her, as she wants to cook the meal by herself. Olivia made food for all the security men and domestic workers. She laced the food with sedatives. One by one, they fell asleep. With shaking hands, Olivia packed a bag, carried Bella, and held her son Tife tightly. Her parents had arranged help in a neighboring country. That night, she escaped. CG returned to meet an empty house. Panic, anger, confusion. He questioned his guards and workers. No one could provide a reasonable answer. His father declared a spiritual manhunt. But Olivia was gone, somewhere hidden in a distant land, praying daily for God's justice and the safety of her remaining children. But Olivia is no longer the broken woman who begged to be loved. She has learnt a lesson. She is now a warrior, a mother, a woman rescued by the hand of God. Our story isn't over, not until the enemies are defeated and the covenant is broken. To this day, CG and his father are still searching for her and her children. This is the end of the story. Thank you very much for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe.